Greetings and welcome to another episode of Geek Wisdom Rewind. This one obviously is in the present day. This is how I look now. This is me. I was looking for a video I'd done in 2014 and I couldn't find it anywhere. And there was a little bit of a controversy in my own personal life when I did make that video. It was not appreciated by some people, and they were threatening to cause a problem for me if I kept it up. So I might have just taken it off my computer completely at the time. However, that was wrong. I'm older. I'm more jaded. I just, if you don't like my opinions, so, and what's your point? I have to listen to people shove their opinions down my throat, and I don't agree with them at all. And I'm not supposed to say anything, it's like become illegal. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is a reprisal of the video that I did in 2014 when my son turned 18. Now, just to give you a little bit of background, I'm divorced from my son's father, my ex-husband. I'm divorced from him. Been divorced from him since my son was wee little. So and he was the one who got primary custody. They call it joint custody. I think that's a load of crap, basically. It's not joint custody. Basically, I saw my son, if I was lucky, 52 days a year. I had to really make those days count. It was very difficult sometimes. People always think it's so much easier if you're the non-custodial parent. Oh, it's so great. You don't have to worry about this. You can sleep in, blah, 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 blah. There's always some thing about how much easier it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because you have to work on establishing a bond with your child in the limited amount of time you have, not knowing for certain what's being said about you in those other 5 days, or not 5 days, or other 12 days in the 2 weeks that you don't see your son. So you don't know, if you're being sabotaged in the background kind of thing, or what's going on. It's a very difficult position to be put in. It's usually the guy who ends up in that position. I don't envy anybody in that position. I really, if you are in that position, I feel for you. I feel bad for you, because it's not an easy thing. And don't ever let anyone try and convince you that it's like some happy, carefree life or whatever, because it's not. You miss your child like crazy, and you feel left out of their life completely. Most of the time I feel, past or present, whatever you want to use, more like a favorite aunt than a mother. So it's hard. It's hard. But anyway, there was a lot of bad blood between myself and my ex-husband and his new wife, who didn't help things at all. So there was a lot of bad blood, and but I didn't want to leave things that way. I didn't want to leave things like very standoffish and hostile, and I just didn't want to do that. I tried very hard in my dealings with them to try not to create a scene or express any sort of anger or anything like that. I tried very hard to be civil all the time. The very last time I saw my son's father, he was standing outside, and my son was about to turn 18, so I wouldn't have any more visitations, and it would be more a case of, he'd find his own way to my place and kind of thing. If he still wanted to come over, it was going to be more of a casual sort of a thing. As it turns out, he didn't really want to spend that much time with me after all. Unfortunately, that's continued, but to continue. So I walked up to my ex-husband who was looking at me very sternly. But I walked up to him and I gave him a hug. And that's how I ended things. And even though a lot of things happened during the time we were together that shouldn't have happened, it's you have to just kind of let shit go sometimes. You just have to let it go, whether it feels right or not. You just have to let it go for the sake of your child. Your child doesn't want to see their parents, no matter how long they've been apart. I can't believe any child wants to see their parents arguing, having fights in front of them. No kid wants that. So I tried to end things very friendly, closure, saying goodbye. I know I wouldn't be seeing him again after knowing him for so many years, since high school. I wouldn't be seeing him again for quite some time, till maybe my son gets married or has kids, or I wouldn't be seeing him. I wouldn't be running into him at all because we didn't live nearby or anything. So I just wanted to have that moment of like healing, both for myself and for my son. Didn't care too much about how it affected my ex-husband and whether it helped him at all, because I was just looking to end things in a note for myself that would feel satisfactory. And I believe I did that. So I'm happy with the way I ended things. It's been 10 years since this time. I haven't, it's been a little over 10 years actually. I haven't seen him since then. And I'm good with it. I'm good with that. So anyway, I guess my message is, sometimes it's just better to get, nice peaceful closure and, leave it at that, rather than leave things all hostile and nasty and ugly and everything. It's better if you can leave things off well. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.